Alright, hello there, Internet. This is Jackrid, your knight in. Oh, whoop, hold on, I'm echoing. Okay, I think I resolved that now. My apologies. Today we're doing. Today we're going to start with new playthrough of Breath of Fire, originally released on Super Nintendo in 1993 in Japan, 1994 in North America, developed by Capcom, and for North America at least, published by Squaresoft, as they were the RPG kings at the time. But Breath of Fire could be a nice alternative to anyone who wanted something that wasn't Final Fantasy. I mean, we all know 7's overrated, 10's been memed to death, and 13 is, well, 13. But, I mean, Breath of Fire, or Final Fantasy is not that bad, really. But, anyway, today we're starting with Breath of Fire, the first one. So, basic plot is, civil war between two clashing dragon clans, and basically have to save the world, as is typical in JRPGs. Simple task that ends with having to slay a god or goddess or whatever. And I gave this episode, or put in the title here, Skyrim 94, as since this, like Skyrim, has a huge emphasis on dragons, even though it's not really, an open world game. But, anyway, Breath of Fire managed to carve out a pretty nice niche for itself, considering their JRPGs they were growing, but they, of course, didn't hit the mainstream yet, since around the same time we had stuff like Final Fantasy VI, Bahamut Lagoon, Lunar, Dragon Quest VI in Japan, Phantasy Star 4, and so on. So, the fact that they managed to, carve out a spot and become an interesting franchise, considering it was before the mainstream break, I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, the series has obviously been kind of on ice as a while, because after attempt to make it into a mobile game, that, I think, kind of killed the franchise. But who knows, maybe we'll get a 7th Breath of Fire at some point. So anyway, let me bring it up here now. And let's do this. Squaresoft, they published in North America. Capcom published in Japan. Awesome music. Expecting something there, but anyway, we're just going to go into a new game. 3 save spots, as typical for, I think, games of this era. And now we have our hero. Canonically, this character, I believe, is known as Ryu, and kind of like Link in Legend of Zelda, it's a different incarnation with every game, but they all have the same basic look, same basic personality, same basic, everything. I was thinking of putting my own name in here, since, I'm a knight here, so It'd be fun to go on an adventure here, but I'm just gonna stick with calling him Ryu. Here, let's see. Speed. Why would you want anything other than fast? Let's see. There we go. I never see any difference in the sounds. Let's see, choose B key. Oh wait. It's Y. X we're gonna set to menu. We're going to set to, I guess, option, LNR, which, item, and magic. Alright, so let's, here's the story. Wake up, warrior. Disaster has struck. We need the power of the dragon, the Dovahkiin. It starts burning. You'll perish if you don't wake up. Finally awake. We are not trying to cross the border, because the village is engulfed in flames. Everything is burning. We must go. Alright. Open the chest. Take a V point, or potion. I'm just gonna call it point. Here's our menu. Level 1, 20 hit points. 0A, that's supposed to be, I guess, ability points. Let's see what we got for all items. That V potion, equipment, dirk, wood shield, robe, and straw hat. 2 etceteras. It's magic, but we don't have any magic yet. Status screen that shows our stats. Strength, vigor, agility, wisdom, luck. And up top we have stuff like attack, defense, action. I think that's supposed to be magic, intelligence, and fate, which I'm pretty sure is just which is just locked under a different name. And we have set in front row or back row. For now, we're just going to be in the front row. Can't switch to this character. That's supposed to switch around characters, but we don't have any yet. Here's the options again. And end. Oh. I'll stop this fire. Rada de cabra cos cuspo. My magic was once strong, but at my age I can barely douse this fire. Just check around here a bit. This building is safe from the flames for the time being. Fire is so intense, it doesn't seem natural. Let's go. Esma's magic will hold the flames long enough for us to escape. Did you not hear? She's too old to put out the fire. We woke up surrounded by flames. What have we done to deserve this? Same thing. She used to say, this building is safe from the flames, but for how long, I don't know. Our faith is in Sarah. Her magic will keep us safe. Oh, the humanity. This is horrible. The dark dragons are outside of the village. We're surrounded. The dark dragon family is scheming against the other dragon families. I hear that Zog, the dark dragon king, vowed to conquer the world. And that's how you know he's a villain when a character's name starts with the letter Z, and it's not a name like Zach or Zeke or whatever. That's how you know they're the bad guy. And his first target is the light dragons. Zog is an evil fool. Why are they trying to destroy us? Zog fears us. He doesn't know that we've lost the power of the dragon. I won't sit by while they attack us. I say we act now. If we can't escape, there's only one thing to do. Fight! Time to go out in a blaze of glory. I will. I must use my magic against the forces of evil. Let's go. Wait! We are too weak. Our group will be devastated by their powerful army. We can't give up. Let's show them the spirit of the dragon. Spirit of the Dova. Come on, Sarah. Let's go. No, I must do my part of my own. Turned him to stone. What have you done? I've turned him to stone so that the fire will not affect him. Remember our mission as members of the Light Dragon. Stone or not, they'll still find us. And we've all been turned to stone. Ryu included. No, why does it have to be you? We've suffered enough. I'll take care of the dark dragons. Be strong. When you're a warrior, you'll bring peace to the world. Take care. May the power of the light dragon prevail. I'll try to distract the dark dragons. Hey, someone's there. Stop right there, criminal scum. She has the power of the dragon. Take her to the commander. We'll search the area later. We must take care of her now. Sir, we've captured a light dragon. You set fire to our peaceful community. What do you gain from this? She has a point. No. She has a point. Really, what do they gain? My orders were to eliminate all light dragons. I always follow orders. I'm just doing my job. Please don't blame me. Yeah, that's not a defense. Whoa! Our village has been destroyed. Wow, you're strong. Come on! I can't let you interfere with Zog's plans. Nothing personal. We will stop you. So, we have the goddess keys. The goddess keys? You're a pretty good scrapper. Too bad you're on the wrong side. Don't come any closer! What will you do with Terror the goddess? It's all over. this, slime? You didn't even flinch. Come on. Is that all you've got? Ha ha ha. When the dragon family was at the peak of its power, a goddess of desire appeared. The goddess Tur granted wishes. The dragons fought each other for her power. Tur encouraged the fighting and watched the war between the dragons escalate. When the world was at the brink of destruction, a warrior stepped forward. Just a bit. Hit the button. The warrior battled Tur with his 7 companions and locked her up using 6 keys. These goddess keys were scattered throughout the world and hidden away. So effectively the Dragon Balls, except 6 instead of 7. The light dragons balanced the power of the family, and peace reigned again. And we're alive again, but what's going on? What happened to Sarah? Sarah saved us. Chief, don't you think we should fight for Sarah? We renounced the dragons. Their battles aren't ours. We must fight for Sarah and the pride of the Light Dragons. We must think of survival. Soon this place will be in ruins. No! The warrior of the dragon is only a myth. We must escape now. And you don't believe in the title of the Dovahkiin? I know that I should try to stop you, Ryu, but I can't. What do you mean you're the chief of this village? Just tell him no. Take this. It's not much, but you can use it for equipment. Triumphant music. We'll stay here. Come back if you need a rest. Zod will be brought to justice soon. Good luck, warrior. Here we get 300 gold. Unfortunately, we can't go back up there, but... much like Helgen in Skyrim, this place has been ravaged. Anyway, we have a weapons and armor shop. Only these items remain. Do you need anything? We have dirk, saber, cloth, suede, cap, I think, arm pad, wood shield, hairband and silk gown that you can't use. We have this dumbbell, basically lets us essentially trade in an item. Also lets us see stat differences between them. Good way to kind of save money here, as the value of the weapon you have will go towards the other one. But $, which is of course sell items. Question mark. Tells us the item and what it does. Attack power 5, weight 1, one-handed. Who can equip/use it? Ryu. Zip down, defense power 15, weight 4, armor. Who can use it? No one right now. So these items remain. So what we have here? We have Marble 3. Herbs. So just like in Chrysalis, we have medical herb. Antidotes. Tea drops. Apples, a life, only 450 gold to have a life, that's a steal, and for cure, let's see what these do, herb, cover some HP, looks like antidote for poison, tea drop, this item changes zombies back to normal, apple recovers HP, presumably more than herbs since it's 90 for just one. Life, put you back into fighting shape. And covers some HP. Presumably all of it, given how expensive it is. I think right now, by herb times 9. Items stack in groups of 9 in this game. Did I show off Marble 3 here? You can travel while avoiding enemies with this item. So basically the repels from Pokemon. And you're going to kind of rely on this because, at least through my experience in this game, the encounter rates can get a bit much at times. We're broke now. You can see she bowed her head there. We have here. So you see here, V point. Your vigor will increase. That move, that's weapons or item sorting and item throwing away. So let's use this V point. We use vigor is up by 1. But we'll need all the help we can get. So, might seem like I got a lot of Marble 3 there, but trust me, that being only level 1, we kind of need that if we're a bit struggling. Also, the encounter rates in some areas are quite a lot. So, tip for game design. If you have to have an item in your game that temporarily stops random encounters, your encounter rate is too damn high. Instead of putting an item in there to lower it, you should just lower the encounter rate. I mean, by 94, I'm surprised that developers hadn't quite figured out that balance yet. At least during the NES days, you could assume that they were still trying to figure the genre out, combined with the limitations of the NES. But by this point, and with the power of the Super NES, they really should have got that under control. Anyway, here we have these shrines. This is effectively our save point. Dremyolok, greetings. I'm the Dragon Lord, Parthenax. Okay, not Parthenax, but, you know, I'm gonna call him that. I protect those who take on the mission of the hero. I'm here to record your journey. Your journey has been recorded. Good luck. Alright, now we venture out. If we go back to town after leaving, we hear the very somber music as the place has been destroyed, of course. But enough dicking around here. There's nothing here for us now, so time to start this journey. We have slimes, of course, the weakest of the weak. Sword is attack. AB is auto battle. If you don't feel like playing, but unlike other auto battle options, this one actually goes beyond just attacking non-stop. They'll actually use items or spells depending on the situation. There's run to escape. There's T. That just brings up our stats. This, I believe, will shift us from front row to back row. And I will shuffle around characters when we get the chance. Anyway, attack, defend, use a spell, which we don't have, and items. So let's go for a slime here. Sad thing is they have 12 HP, so that 11 and it just barely survived. 2 experience and 7 gold. Wonderful. What's over here? More sad music. Our hometown, Nanai, has been occupied by the Dark Dragons. The Dark Dragon forces have invaded our land. They now control Nanai. We've escaped one dangerous situation only to face another one. The castle has been occupied by putrid monsters. Ryu, we should fight. When I was in Nanai, monsters kicked me out. Now you're just getting away. What's this guy saying? You want us to go up against monsters? You're crazy. Well, yeah, I am crazy, but not for that reason. What are we gonna do about these stinking monsters? We need a strong fighter to chase the creatures from the castle. We have the king here. The Dark Dragon family destroyed my kingdom. I must now rebuild. I don't fear the Dark Dragons. Rebuild. Fear the Dark Dragons. So they need a hero. That's gonna be us. Approaching this at level 1 might be a bit iffy, but I'm gonna try. Here, Ryu drinks the clean water. By hydrating, he basically replenishes all health and magic, if we had any. Ow! Piece of shit. Well, I'm humbled pretty quickly from that. Take your time and you will succeed. Croesus. Back here now. We clearly need to level up a bit. Bola. CNTR is a counterattack, which sometimes happens. In terms of stats, I want to say it would be associated with the fate with luck, but I'm not too sure. But all I know is sometimes you get a counterattack. And it feels good when you do. reaches level 2. HP up 4, AP up 2, Strength up 3, Vigor up 3, Agility up 4, Wisdom up 2, Luck up 3. That's pretty good luck up, because whenever I play this, usually only reaches 1. But since we reached level 2 and Ryu's beat up now, we can come back here. Zog's Empire is beyond the ocean. It would be a long journey, Ryu. You must be tired. Take a break. And that's effectively the in music. Stay here, come back, give you a rest. So yeah, free healing. So feel free to hang around outside the town to level up a bit and collect some gold. Talk to Parthenax here. Do you wish to hear your story? Yes. And recorded. Yeah, that's something I gotta hopefully that's something I gotta wrap my head around here, is making sure to save every opportunity I get. Because not only is there no autosave, but whenever I play these games, I tend to get lost in the sauce, as you will. And sometimes find myself going over an hour without saving. And not because I'm in a long dungeon or something, I just get so into the game that I forget I gotta save every once in a while. So if I go an hour without saving, then die, guess what? I'm doing that hour again in these games. Slam is, when you saw this, it's Slam that's this game's critical hit. Since that one flea back there, I think, would qualify as back row because of his buddy here. So we just set auto battle and watch what happens. And I have no spells anyway, so... We reach at level 3. More stats. Yeah, see, luck up 1. That's usually what I get in terms of luck. Some fruit there, but I don't think I can get that. And since myself here, let's herb. Funnily enough, when I was a kid watching my older brothers play this for the first time, that icon there where it's the hand with the red ball thing, for some reason I thought that hand was like a conch shell or something. I was like, I don't get this. Like, I don't get how that qualifies as, like, using an item or whatever. And I was, like, 7 or 8 years old when my brothers came home with this, so... I'm playing it on a box television with not good resolution, so... Yeah. I was a weird kid. Unfortunately, at this pace, I don't see myself being able to buy new armor or weapons anytime soon, but... now I'm just gonna mainly rely on auto battle since I mean, there's not really much else you can do at this point. You will gain magic eventually, or gain magic ability at some point, but for now he doesn't have any. Drink here. Also, if you can't tell, it's this game does have a day-night cycle. If you can't tell by the everything getting darker now, it would now be nighttime. But anyway, since we got our ass kicked last time, let's make sure to save before we go in. That way we don't have to walk all the way back from Drogen. And since we're level 3, we should stand more of a chance. Creep. Not a creeper. Oh man. So, rehydrates. Yeah, that's gonna be our saving grace, is these water fountains in these places. Take 70 gold. And 70 more gold. Treasure chest is blocked, so we can't get it right now. Finding a little attention to detail is when you walk over the bones on the ground, they make a little sound. I found that amusing as a kid. The reality is, it should be more morbid than anything, but I was a kid with a bit of ADHD, probably a bit of autism. Yeah, I had a lot of problems. I had a lot of never mind. Take bronze sword and weed. I know it says herb, but come on, weed is funnier. But now we can see attacking from 22 to 29 and action went from 15 to 13. I think that's just another word for the agility stat. I don't know why they have different listings for the same stat. Like in JRPGs where wisdom is one stat and intelligence is another. I mean, I know they're technically different things, but The average person won't know that. Upstairs, I think. Here we get a weed and a gauntlet. That should go in the shield category. See, we're doing way more damage now. I'm tempted to put Ryu in the back row, simply because it would effectively mean less damage, or more defense, effectively, but also less attack, so... But with a new weapon, I should be okay. Suede cap. Should replace the straw hat. Yeah, sorry, Ryu will not be the one to go find the One Piece. Also affects magic slightly, but we don't have any yet. Oh wait, it's not, it doesn't affect it. I thought it was a helmet. Not CP meant cap, but I guess it just pay attention here replaces robe. So whatever. Ryu still was not going to be the one to get the One Piece. And we can kill those fuckers with one hit now. Visor. This should be the, yeah, that's the helmet replacement. So it's upping our defense, but our action's kind of going down, because that weight stat, I guess, slows the character down. So now we come around here, we can get that treasure chest from before. I triggered a spring. Ryu completely recovers HP and AP. And we get an antidote. P-bugs. And poisoned. That's what that looks like. Take damage there. So he gets kind of a cool recolor on the map there. Still, let's get rid of that. Triggered a dark mist. Ryu loses AP. Another antidote. That loss of AP would mean something if Ryu actually had magic to use it. But don't, so... You have no reason to be in my castle. Ooh! Growl! Get out! Slimeless humans, you think you can drive me out? Go ahead, try. Ryu is technically a dragon, not a human. Get our first boss fight. Frog. At this point, I think all I can do is just auto battle and then undo auto battle, which I think you just press any button to cancel it whenever Ryu gets low on health. A bit low here. Thankfully, I got plenty of herbs. Missing, thankfully. So close. Frog seems alright. And it's kind of a little feature that this game has where boss characters have a quote-unquote second wind. Where even though it looks like he has only a small bit of health, he could have... Basically, the health bar looks like that, but it doesn't actually tell you how much health they have remaining. But this being early, it should be just one hit down. Oh, I underestimated your strength, warrior. 500 experience. Oop, that we gained 2 levels from that. Kick ass. The foul air is filtering out and fresh air is coming into the castle. Okay, so I think no more enemies now. Herb, 150 gold. I think in the Japanese version it's Zenny. So I've seen streamers play like a translation patch for the Japanese version, and I believe they do call it Zenny in that version. Since no more enemies. I have no idea why that room is there. Hydrate. Ryu's a bit of a slow walker. Forgot to mention earlier there was actually a Game Boy Advance port of this game in 2001, and one of its features is it added a run button, or a run feature. I do have that version. I could have played that one, but I already have my Switch set up, so I just went with that. You defeated the monsters. You're not a false hero. Who are you? That scar, it looks familiar. Wanna know how I got it? Nah, you don't. What a shocker. The Dark Dragon must have the quake control. There's a hidden palace in the Nanai dungeon. Find the quake control. Please go there and put an end to these quakes. Sure. I do you one favor, now you ask me for another. This is a JRPG. Just get a bunch of random tasks that eventually culminate in fighting a god. More slimes. Deer over there, but I can't do anything with that yet. This little spot here. The ocean floor has dropped. Ryu gives up on entering the sea. Remember that'll be important at some point. Oh, good, a white one. These guys are really rare. Damn it! And when I go back to the world map, that's not going to be there. But anyway, if you get these animals, when you see animals on the overworld, you can kind of trap them like that. They spaz the fuck out and turn into an item. The white deer offer arguably the most valuable item. But if the high encounter rate doesn't get you first and removes the item, should have used a Marble 3 just for the sake of making sure I got it. Here we kind of see a problem that happens early in JRPGs where the beginning is kind of slow. Have one character and all he can do is attack. So I guess I can kind of see how somebody who's not familiar with JRPGs seeing it from the beginning might look. It might be like, this is boring, or this is so slow, or something. But stick with it; it gets better. Especially this one. This one's pretty good. Halt, intruders! Who goes there? Stop right there, criminal scum! Alright, these guys are blocking that day-night feature I told you about. That comes into play here. So we have to wait till nighttime to go in here. Meantime, I'm gonna get myself a drink here. Guava flavored. It's not my favorite, but that seems to be all I find at the store. Okay, now it's getting dark. They should. I fell asleep. So, Zenless Zone zeroing. I know that one of those had 4 Z's, but that's just what I'm gonna call it whenever I see many Z's used as a sleeping symbol. Although the guy's asleep, there are other guards around. We don't want to draw their attention. Anytime you see a dresser like this in a house or building or whatever, there's an item in it. An S point. Your strength is up by 1. Another 150. Speaking of that 150, I just remembered that tomorrow is Pokemon Day. Though I guess in Japan, there's 12 hours ahead of me, so it's, I guess, already Pokemon Day over there. Currently 9 o'clock Eastern Time as I'm streaming this. But boy, when that Pokemon Direct comes up tomorrow, it's going to be a shit show for the ages. I can tell you that right now. So if you value your sanity, stay off social media for, I would say just for tomorrow, but it might take the whole weekend before things calm down enough. Because the Pokemon fandom has reached what I call the Squidward stage. And if these cards catch you, they throw you out. Anyway, as I said, they're basically entered the quote-unquote Squidward stage, where they're just grouchy all the time. And regardless of whatever is announced tomorrow, whether it's good or bad or somewhere in between, the fandom is gonna just tear itself apart. And I personally am getting at a point where I'm getting a bit too old for drama like that. Should be able to. Welcome to Weapon Shop. Funny how it just says Weapon Shop and not the Weapon Shop. Iron Rapier, Sword, Cloth, Suede Shield, Suede CP. I'm trying to figure out what that would abbreviate to. The CP, I thought it meant cap. But apparently it's body armor. Shield with that. Let's see if this would be. That would actually be a downgrade from the gauntlet. Can't use that iron rapier. That would be an upgrade, but I don't have the cash. Trying to look around these houses to see if I can find more of those chests or dressers like I found the S point in. But at the same time, I know I'm gonna. It's a bit difficult because I don't want to get caught by these guards. So I don't think there's anything left here anyway, so. clearly crossed his line of sight, but he's Zenless 7-0ing. I think that's where we need to go next, but again, for good measure, and as is typical in JRPGs and adventure games, wander around a building and take anything that's not nailed down. One torch. Just one torch, and it's not even in the middle of the room. Here's the king's room. Nothing. Door shut again. Maybe put a lock on it so no one just whatever. Anyway, you got cool music now, and the floor is lava. Thankfully there's no way to fall in. 3 of these floors. I feel a yawn coming on, but I don't want to yawn. 650 gold. It's okay, we're stealing from the bad guys, so yeah, we'll take it. And what's left? Some weed. Also drop some weed. Take a bee stone. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and have to go back to get that treasure chest. So here's a good time to show off the Marble 3. Why it's Marble 3 specifically instead of like Marble 1 or 2, I don't know. There is a Marble 1 and 2, but they don't function this way. So I'm assuming it's just some translation thing. Antidote. We can always use those. And the Marble 3 no longer works. Important to keep in mind. Slam, like I said, is a critical hit, so good on me, or good on you. One to yawn, but wasn't even that bad a day at work. I don't understand why I'd be tired. Forgot to sell the stuff at this place too, but take arm pad. Overall improvement. Wait. Why would that be in the armor section? I would expect that would be like to at least fill the shield spot. Because when I think arm pad, I'm thinking something that would cover your arm. Which I guess could be used as a makeshift shield, but why armor? Why the body armor slot? On one hand, all these encounters is good money and experience. But on the other hand, it can be a bit much when you're just trying to get from point A to point B. F-stone. I want to say that would bring up an F in chat for as an item, but basically B-stone and F-stone are just one-use spells, basically. B, I'm assuming, means bolt, maybe. Cure, that's way more than I'll need at this point, but maybe if I'm in a pinch I could sell. But yeah, B-stone I think is bolt. That's what it's supposed to be. F-stone is clearly fire. Or flame. We'll see those. Who disturbs my privacy? I'm taking over the world with this machine, and no one can stop me. Have a knight. Pretty interesting names. Real creative names for these bosses so far. First we had Frog, and now we have Knight. They don't even give them proper names. Stone, which we want to use or save those. When we find these, we want to save them for boss fights. So B means bolt. That was quite powerful. Fortunately, now it's just kind of a waiting game. Given that he has a thunder attack, I want to get myself to full health in case he uses it. He does right there. It's just a war of attrition, basically. They stocked up on herb before coming here. Health is down to the purple. Hey, no fair, you can't recover. Bosses don't get to do that. Counter was good. Slam. Damn it, stop it. You're a boss enemy. You're not supposed to heal. Only heroes get to do that. Getting there, slowly but surely. Arg. What, you think you're a pirate or something going Arg? You're a knight, not a pirate. You don't steal things off the internet because you don't want to pay for them. Thankfully, I think using an item means automatically going first. Level 9. Pretty good level up. How could this be? I've been defeated. Arg. The machine is generating a strange noise. Find a key. Will you take it? Will you pull the key from the machine? Oh. And it's rattling. Find out if you wait around long enough. Wait around long enough actually will lead to a game over. Some voice will start talking to you saying, hey, get your ass out of here, the place is gonna fall apart. But if you choose to stay there, it collapses on you and you game over. As we suspected, the device within the palace was causing the quakes. Let's go, Ryu, the king is waiting for us. You give up Nanai to destroy the forces of the Dark Dragons. This is a tough choice to make, but results show that you're a true hero. No true hero would have been able to save the town without having it attack, without having it fall apart. Travel east to Winland. There you'll find a cave to another kingdom. I wish you could stay, but I know destiny leads you elsewhere. Good luck, warrior. We got that item, the E key. You'll never be able to use this, except we can. This has a connection to the goddess Terror. That's our plot MacGuffin, or these keys. But the E key is actually pretty good. So we'll show off in a second. Story. Good luck. And what do they say now? That please come back safe, warrior. Our hometown and it doesn't exist anymore. Our confidence is in you, brave warrior. You must stay here and rebuild. And rebuild they shall. We'll come back at later in the game, and I never should have enlisted as a soldier. I'm not cut out for it. It's okay, not everyone is. Travel east to Winland. Time to go now. Peaceful music now, rather than the somber music before. Take an antler. That is just an antidote under a different name. It's going to be important later. I can't do anything with that now, though. Yep. And an eye is just a purple square now. Single slime. 1 experience point. In all the years I've played JRPGs, I've never had an incident where something like that, where it's like 1 or 2 experience points gains a level. Got the other deer. We're gonna try to trap. Leave behind the antlers. If this were Oregon Trail, you'd leave behind like 50 pounds of meat. That's the cave he was talking about, but Winland, not land. I'm trying to sleep here, even though I just kind of walk over the bed. Let's not. We don't need to use that now. Zone zeroing. This thing looks like I should be able to move it, but I can't. Alright, let's go talk to Parthenax. This is Winland. Okay. Oh, another one of those chests. V-point. Not to be confused with V-bucks or V-tubers. Here, you can't use the tunnel leading to the next land without the king's okay. If you can't tell, these people have wings on their backs. Ryu eats the fruit. Ryu eats the fish. Now that we have a full tummy, let's go to the item shop here. Welcome to item shop. We have herbs. For these new items. Charm. You'll return to normal. I think that's supposed to be like a remedy from Final Fantasy in that it cures most status ailments. Acorn. This item will recover AP. So yeah, that's our ether, basically. You replenish AP by eating these nuts. Oh god, that was terrible. But stock up on more herb weed. And even though we don't have any magic yet, acorns will be important when we do. What do we sell here? Robe. 5 gold. Whatever, I don't need it in my inventory. The straw hat. 100 gold. Dark. Suede. CP. Shield. You can't sell that item. Yep. Even though there's not a separate slot, it's a key item, so we can't sell it. So yeah, I'm gonna... Antlers go for a pretty decent price. With that, I can buy plenty of antidotes. A few more tea drops. That's should be enough here. Let's use the viewpoint. Raise vigor. Manually sort items that again make stacks of 9. It's not stacks of 99 like Final Fantasy, but it's better than those other RPGs of this era where 2 items take up 2 inventory slots. And then over here we have storage. Basically store items here. No, we don't really have anything. Well, I mean, a cure could be pretty valuable later on, but yeah, I'm gonna put it there. And put in, take out, and you can even do so with gold. Your balance is 0. Deposit money here, which I never saw the purpose of. Why would we need to store money? I mean, I could see if it functioned like a credit system or something, where like, if I wanted to buy something that was 1,000 gold, but I only had 800 on me, but I had money in storage, that could cover the other 200. But it doesn't do that. It doesn't accrue interest. So it doesn't grow over time. Doesn't give you like a special item if you hit a certain milestone. And there's no enemies or anything that steal money from you, so I don't know. Chop, saber, broadsword. Sway down, visor. Saber is less than the bronze sword, which I already have. Suede helmet. I always do this. That's less than visor. Suede gown. pad, but it's chainmail. Oh, that's a much better improvement. On pad, I'll pay you 150 for it. If you trade, you'll have 823 left. Deal. I think it also equips it as well, so we don't have to finagle with the menu. The fruit and the fish. That's okay, we're JRPG heroes, so it belongs to us anyway. And we're all Zenless Zone Zeroing. The tunnel without asking the king. Take more fruit. I want to say that can heal you if Ryu is low on health, but I think it's mostly just a funny thing. I assume I was. And now we make our way up to the castle. We haven't seen the king for some time. I wonder if he's okay. It's okay, you just gotta trot him out just long enough that he can't be considered legally dead. The king has refused an offer from the Dark Dragons. He will not betray the other kingdoms. Once heard of a hero who could turn into a dragon. Pretty cool, huh? So you hear the story of the Dova King. Backwards land of Romero is to the northwest. Forced people have fled their land and built a village called Tantomar. Welcome to the Castle of Windland. You want to see the king? Please wait here. Princess Nina, the king has a visitor. Should I tell him the king is ill? No. If word gets out that the king's been poisoned, our people might panic. Keep this quiet until we can get the remedy. It may be very difficult to find. Princess, our visitor has been waiting. Show him to one of the guest rooms, please, and ask him to stay. Princess Nina, are you going to look for the remedy alone? Don't worry, I can take care of myself. Sure you can. I'm worried about the princess. I'll find someone to help her. Thank you. The king isn't here. Please wait until he returns. He had to go get milk. You must be tired and stay here for the night. So, rest here so that we don't have to... So we save some money by not going to the inn. I must do my part to save the king and the country. And now we take control of Nina, who is effectively the white mage of this game. It's a weapon, a short rapier, and a dress. You see from her spell list, Cura. That is the first level of Cura, not Cura as in Cure 2. Fort, not to be confused with Fortnite, and Heal, which is Asuna, basically. We definitely need her in the back row because being a white mage, she will get torn to shreds if we put her up front. Nina cannot eat that fruit. Karma is on the other side of the mountains, to the northwest. But can't leave the castle in case of a dark dragon invasion. The king got sick after opening Zog's letter. It must have been poisoned. The Wizard of Karma has used that trick before. Yeah, that white powder was not sugar. Since my illness, you've done your duties well. I don't have much time. Well, he's not dead, but he's only mostly dead. See, there's a difference between mostly dead and all dead. And he's not quite there yet. But Nina will find a cure or try to. And funnily enough, we now Ryu's entire item inventory now is available to Nina, even though we didn't actually get to speak to her as Ryu. Anyway, herb. This. Suede shield. Suede helmet. Antidote. And herb. Good thing we check for that, because she doesn't carry any of that stuff. Or she didn't feel the need to armor up for some reason when she's gonna go find us by herself. Please be careful. Nina, the gate is now open. And let's go over here. He's talking in his sleep. Someone's name? A girlfriend? No, I don't think they explained it, but Sarah is actually Ryu's older sister. Though this being made in Japan and Dragon Clan probably trying to keep the bloodlines pure and whatnot, the two terms are not necessarily mutually exclusive. So, who knows? Let's just double check the item, or the weapon shop. Suede gown would be an improvement over the dress. Bronze rapier would also be an improvement over the short rapier. White mage, so no, not very good attack. And equivalent exchange, basically. So it didn't cost us anything. For it. Trade, I have 223 left. Attack 17. That's low. This is what. She's the princess of this town. I think or this kingdom. I think she would know what it is. even though we're one of the bird people now, we can still talk to Parthenax. Kind of weird. You think being bird people are a different race of people, that they'd have like their own patron deity or something. But no, apparently we all worship Parthenax in this world. We heard what's going on. You can't make it on your own. We won't let you through unless we go along, okay? No. You're wise not to go. We won't let you through. And we have a but thou must, where, despite Nina's insistence that she can handle it alone, these guys will not budge until we let them join us. Fanfare of getting a new party member that's kind of ruined by this drop of water sound. Let's check here for Soldier 1. A pole, suede shield, suede helmet, a lot of suede. And same on Soldier 2. In another RPG, I would basically take all their gear and either give it to my other characters or sell it for money, but we can't do that in this game. All we can do is with these etc., which is just, you know, accessories basically. Let's see, these. Okay, they're the front line. Here we have Nina, who's just going to show off her attack. Some soldiers. Yeah, not very good. I mean, a rapier isn't necessarily a weapon a white mage would use, but usually they carry a rod or a staff, or at best a knife, but not a full-on rapier. But we have the E key, which, assuming the soldiers don't kill him first, we'll get to show it off. Have these guys defend so I can show off the E key. Basically an earth attack that damages all enemies for a fixed 30 damage. That becomes less useful later in the game, but early on, when you have characters you can't hit for more than 30, it's pretty good. Not to mention it's a area of effect, or AoE, as I've heard people call it, but let me show that off here. Even though I'm pretty sure all of those enemies were floating, Earthquake somehow hits them. I guess I could have just saved money by not buying the suede gown. But whatever. Fuck. 70 gold. I think if you actually swung the rapier instead of just poked with it, it might do more damage. Not really an expert on bladed weapons, but yeah. Why am I yawning so much? Jesus. It's one enemy, so maybe it is. Check again, just the soldier stats, they have no magic. The fact they don't even have names should show that they're temporary party members. Stone. That could be useful. Feel my earthquake. Fuck. Take a sea stone. So since B was bolt, C, I'm guessing, stands for cold. So that'll be an ice attack, I'm assuming. I reach. This is Romero. Karma is west of here, and Agua is north. A wizard used a potion to turn the dead into zombies. The girls disappeared after the wizard began using his potion. You do not want to know where they went. The rules of the village have gone. Were they tired of country life? Let's just say a certain island was involved. My girlfriend's gone. Think she's met someone else? Nope. Karma's full of monsters. It's spooky. Whatever. Nina eats the fruit. But she can scarf it down just like Ryu does. Everyone in the village calls me Grandma. Okay, Grandma. Why is this hole here? Well, given this is supposed to be set in like a medieval age, I'd say it probably qualifies as a toilet. But down we go. It's locked. Someone had the foresight to actually lock a door. Push that. Push that. Push that. Push this. And we find a map. Use this. It says U. R button. I was certain there was an option for a map, but never mind. Check all the buildings, because there might be a chest or something in them. More fruit. Nom nom. I see a chest up here. Open the chest. Take Proton B. Let's see what the heck that does. Use this item during a battle. It's eye ore. A blacksmith would appreciate this ore. You can use this item during a battle. I'm guessing it's probably an attack up or something. Also, if we look at this picture here, we can see Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. Nice little Easter egg or cameo there. I like when games do that. Is there anything worth upgrading? Silk gown looks nice, but can't afford it. Just like in real life, I'm broke in this game. I do appreciate here that they have the option to sell in bulk, but we don't need that right now. Listen to my story. This may be our last chance. We get plenty of chances to tell a story. Pygmies. All y'all are going to be turned into bacon real soon. That way in order to leave Romero because we can't walk through trees. Spider. Antidotes. has turned a lovely shade of purple. While I grab my drink. Apparently the soldier's poison, which I guess that can happen. I don't know. Usually temporary characters like this have some sort of protection against stuff like that, since they're only, you know, temporary. Just so much herb. A little tired of fighting enemies here, so I'm going to use the Marble 3 to explore this area. I'm guessing that's my older brother. He's probably going to be asking me what the hell I'm doing, but he needs a mushroom. For some HP. These mushrooms. It's poison! He never receives damage. Can I go back and eat these again? Some HP. Only 10. Oh well. Good enough. So far, my brother's not texting me. Right. Take bandage. Which by the name you think it would be like a healing item, but it actually a shield. I mean, I gotta hand it to them to have some creative names for this rather than just X shield, Y shield, Z shield. But a bandage? How does it even work? That even though Nina actually can cast Cura to heal us, I decided to use items. HP up 7. Yeah, that kind of makes sense for a white mage. Lock up has been learned. Or luck up, rather. I don't know. I just like to read things as they're spelled out. Even though that's not exactly the right way to say it. Here we have the antidote for antidote. Spiders. It's more marble 3. Because getting lost in these areas isn't very fun, and even less fun when an enemy comes up every 5 steps. Just leads back to that chest. And the marble works. This surrounds the area. We have good music. I understand Yoko Shimomura, a well-known musician, composed some songs for this game. We are at this... what looks like twin towers, even though one is shorter than the other. P-books. Time to hydrate. Go around the perimeter and grab items. M-drop. That's very valuable. The party will return to normal, and the members will recover all HP. Yeah, that's definitely going into storage when I get the chance. No spiders. That's why we have the E key. It doesn't take him down, but it weakens him enough for the soldiers to finish him. So that's a dark kiss. Wanted to say something else, but my brain at the last minute said, don't. But anyway, the Dark Kiss is just a instant death item. Take herb. Got rats in the walls. Just like real life. Herb. Go away. Nobody's home. There's the fort on Nina. Forte. Attack. They'll use the E key. Petrify. It actually ups defense. And for good measure, I'm just going to use it on the soldiers as well. Very useful here since, really none of these guys, none of them hit hard, but Morte began crying. None of them are hitting hard against this guy. So if I just stuck around with this, it would probably take a long time to be able to, or not. After being like that, we hydrate. Charm. In a different game, that would probably be an accessory or something, but here it's kind of just a item that kind of functions like a remedy. Why can't I run from it? It's attached to a fucking string. It shouldn't be able to chase us. Another charm. use it. That's where it came up, wasn't it? These places are mazes, and they get annoying real quick when trying to navigate. Careful falling down those holes, because that area I went to with all the bones on the floor, that's essentially where you end up if you fall in the wrong spot. It might drop you just one floor if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you're going all the way to the basement. And the marble 3 no longer works. On the one hand, I'm not getting any experience from this, so you don't want to use it too much, but on the other hand, a lot of these dungeons are designed in a way to be explored, and when fighting enemies, especially with very high encounter rates in some areas, that gets tiring fast. To the other Reaper. Treasure here, at least. Another M drop. Really weird to be getting that so early in the game, because that's effectively like a mega elixir. But whatever, I'm not. Well, I guess technically I am complaining about it, but you know, never mind. Reaper was here, so it would make sense to find him somewhere else. Maybe I do have to fall down one of the holes. Start fighting again. Left Dark Kiss. Fight this stupid spider. For the sake of not being stuck here past the 3-hour mark of this stream, use the Marble 3. I mean, it's only still got about more than half an hour to go before then, but it's gonna fly fast. I'm on the right track now. No, I'm not. How the fuck do I get to that guy? For the sake of not having to take a long time to get back, I'm just gonna do a safe spot here, and if I get it wrong, I'll just reload. But I think I actually got it right. Works. I can see I did get it right, because the Reaper is there. So take life 2. Where are we getting these kind of items so early in the game? Life 2. Everything will return to normal. Pretty overpowered for this stage of the game. Let's just heal up the soldiers. My brother was watching the gate. What did you do to him? And another Reaper. Mortea. I guess the evolved form of Morte. just to be safe. I'm gonna cure up Nina. As a white mage, she's basically made of tissue paper. Wait, hold on, I got those giant stones here. Yeah, I'm gonna use them. Let's see what happens. Mortea seems alright. And Mortea is gone. Up. Attack up has been learned. And monster left more weed. As for the soldiers here, they technically do have status, but I don't think they actually level up. Or let's see, I remember it showing how much it should take to get to the next level. But whatever. Here now. That was pretty cool. And now we're stuck. I think that brings it back if, for whatever reason, we need to retreat back. Nina drinks the water to hydrate. Recovers. This is the top of the tower. We're gonna have a Parthenax here. Help! The wizard is using me as a guinea pig to test his potion. You can make a bridge appear by flipping the switch. Switch. Okay, again, now we flip the switch here, and then I guess the girls will run away while we go down and deal with the stupid wizard. Cure. Remedy should be in this room. Let's find him. Get out of here. Where are my specimens? Who let them loose? I can't let the wizard use people for his experiments. Ah, some unexpected visitors. Your arrival is very timely. Ack! Gas! Ye who smelt it, dealt it. It's the Xeon gas. It'll drain our energy. That's right, bird. Your powers are useless. And as you can see, we are completely boned. Princess Nina and her soldiers will soon collapse. Try to attack the wizard, but using the key, it wouldn't matter. This is a scripted fight, basically. I'll distract the wizard. Please go get help. Gasp. I'll protect her. I can't leave both of you here. Go! Get out of here! Hang tight. What have you done? He got away. You're gonna pay for that. Jeez. Down one. Petrified. The party has fallen. But it's okay, because it's supposed to happen. I heard a scream. It's too late. You're finished. What? I can defeat an army of winged soldiers with my Xeon gas. Now I will complete my experiment, using the princess as my subject. We won't let you turn into a bird. Your efforts will be in vain. So, if he could do this from the start, why didn't he just turn into a bird and then we fly on him? Dragons. Princess! Okay, Steiner. What is going on? Princess Nina has been captured. It's the work of the wizard. We must send out a rescue party. But the wizard has the Xeon gas, which is poisonous to us. Perhaps a traveler at the castle can help us. And he blinks out of existence. I'll round up the rescue party. You talk to the traveler. The wizard captured our princess. Help us? Let me say this. Thank you. Our rescue party has been gathered. Please join them outside. But, you know, since they give us a chance to stock up here, let's check out the stuff here. Did I get the... Okay, I already have the chainmail. So let's just go stock up on items. Specifically Marble 3. Doesn't have them in bulk for some reason. More herbs. More acorns. A couple more antidotes. A couple more tea drops. Okay, I can... What do I got? Sell the suede shield and the suede gown. goes for 500. M drops go for 10,000. But too valuable to sell. Sell the Dark Kiss. Gonna save that protein B. Can't sell the eye ore. So how much do I have here? Yeah, I think we're good. Since it's a key item, I put my key items up at the top here. Storage to store my valuables. Just the M drops in life 2. I guess technically I could store these, but that's fine. And I'm basically never in that much need of storage, never in need of that much space for items. Especially since the item inventory, I think it gets bigger the more characters we get. So once we get more characters, it'll grow a bit more and not be as much of a problem. Just double checking. Save here, Parthenax. Sorry, I'm scratching my head there. Hop onto my back. I'll give you a ride. Why couldn't the other soldiers do that? Could have just flown straight to the tower. Dragons. Let's fly. Warrior, rescue the princess. We'll fight the wizard's forces. We have Soldier 3. Has a badass beard. And even though I already saved at Parthenax, we'll save here again. So in case I die to the wizard. It's just a few steps away. Gas that's harmful to winged clan members is down below. I can't go on. You're a soldier. You're supposed to be willing to die for your princess. Take care. Alright. Pass through the gas just fine. I find it kind of weird that have some kind of foreign gas and it would be fine. Pretty sure there's an item. Structure the spring. Get the rang. It's actually. Is that? Oh, it is more than the bronze sword. Anyway, the Rang is actually a boomerang. And what's more, it hits all enemies. So, kick ass. A warrior from the Dragon Clan. The Xeon gas won't affect you. But you will soon know the wrath of my magic powers. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. This is where I'm going to use the Protein B. Especially since he upped his defense, I'm going to up my attack. So we're basically right back where we started. Ow. It's only 20, so we lose the E key. Since that was 30. Douchebag keeps upping his defense. Hopefully it doesn't affect his magic defense. For good measure, I'm going to use a herb. Okay, we get it. You petrify yourself. I'm not gonna protect you from my key. Wizard grinned fearlessly. Thousand experience. 10. Sweet. Arg! I was so close to perfecting the eternal life potion. Receive remedy. Thank you. Mina collapses and Ryu carries her up the stairs. I don't know what we would have done if you weren't there. Now it's over, we can hurry back to the castle. Thanks for everything, Ryu. Come on, I'll give you a lift. Just like a lift driver. Except I'm flying. That's birds. Birds everywhere, even though birds aren't real. Father! Princess Nina's gone to see the king. And we're going to see the king as well. Thanks for helping the princess. Now my only concern is the king. It's the king. Oh. Ryu, the remedy doesn't seem to be working. Were we too late? I'm beginning to feel better. I'll be fine. And he bounces around. I'm getting much better. Thank you. You saved my father's life. So you're the warrior who saved my life. What can I offer in return? Well, there is one thing. You wish to use the tunnel? Is that all? You could have asked for more. Ryu, I'd like to join you on your journey. Don't go, Nina. You'll only slow him down. Isn't that right, Ryu? I've made my decision. You can't ignore Zog's power. I'm going. If it's important to you, you have my permission. Be careful. And Nina joins the party. Now in the King's good graces, we basically have permission to go wherever here. You know, realistically, as a JRPG protagonist, we should have that ability anyway. Yeah, I didn't check down here. Don't think I can go this way yet. And some more weed. Here. The king has given me his authorization. Locked. Nina, you're the princess of this kingdom. Can you get the key? I guess not. I'll come back for that. A zombie. But it's daytime, you shouldn't be up. Trick this guy into... Never mind. Blur. Bug-eyed goonies. Getting to the next town rather quickly. I'm gonna use Marble 3. It's actually getting kind of late for me here. So, let's find the next town. Let's get here. I am a master fisherman. I can fish anywhere, even where there is no water. Good luck with that, buddy. Open shop. The bronze rapier, scythe. Actually, I think I'm just gonna stick with the rang since it's attacks all enemies, and also we can't sell it anyway. So here. The forest to the northwest is spooky. Who knows what you'll find? You come to a town of furries, basically. Level 3 no longer works. I'm just checking to find those chest areas. I'll make a saw if you bring me ore, okay? This'll be quick. In fact, it's done. Receive the saw. I see, said the blind man, as he picked up his hammer and saw. Yeah, my dad liked to make that joke a lot, but, the ring is our treasure. It gives us strength. The dark dragons will give the water back to us for our treasure. We don't want to give in, but the neighboring village is suffering too. This is a town of furries, so... I see the chest. Just take W point. We chased dark dragons in the forest of despair until I was hit. That W point and give it to Ryu. That may or may not have been better for Nina, but Ryu's the main hero, so he gets first dibs on everything. That's just how I play these games. The main hero always gets first shot. So I have that bronze sword I can sell. Since I have no clue what these charms do, I'm just going to sell those too. Can't sell that. Can't sell that. Okay, so we're going to rest at the inn now. Let's see if they have a... Oh, they do. The chest. Charm. Whatever, I'm not going to sell that. I'm not going back to sell that now. It's getting late. 60 gold a night. Do you wish to stay? Yes. Stay, please visit us again. Alright, we're going to talk to Parthenax one more time today. Yes, we'll tell you our story. Alright, so it's basically been 3 hours, so I'm gonna call it here. That's actually the first time I've actually made it all the way to the 3 hour, or close to the 3 hour mark, so go me. Anyway, let me see who I can raid here. Quick. Yep. So, anyway, so I'll be back on Tuesday where we'll continue Breath of Fire. Tomorrow, like I said, is Pokemon Day, so best to stay off the social media if you want to maintain your sanity. But, anyway, until next time, this is Jack Red VT. Ride the wind.